Wisdom. For the Tohono O'odham Nation, it means learning from the past while being open to opportunities in the future. But just a handful of years ago, the future for the children on the nation was like a picture out of focus.
This is kind of difficult to say, but when you think about education on the Tohono O'odham Nation, certainly we've had our successes. We've had a child here or there that have gone on to college and they've been successful. And that's a good thing. But we wanted more children. We wanted everyone to be involved. We wanted everyone to feel like they could excel.
Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier.
But how do you excel when you live in rural America with limited access to technology and educational opportunities? The Baboquivari School District covers 3,400 square miles of the main Tohono O'odham Reservation, most of it within Pima County.
Our students have to travel over an hour, maybe 2 hours to get to school. Wake up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, make it to their bus stop, and then travel hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, and get to school, come to school, be their best, and make sure they're making the grade, and then turn around and travel the 1 to 2 hour ride back home.
Now, to compound matters, the Arizona Department of Education had deemed the district to be failing in almost all areas of education. The challenges were great, and everyone from students to teachers to parents and to the community knew it. In 2008, for example, there were no applicants for 3 school board openings. But when your culture on this same land can be traced back thousands of years, you learn to adapt because it means survival. The transition started when people of character within the nation stepped up to join the school board. Then they hired an exceptional superintendent who refused to accept failing. This ship had a new captain.
Long gone are the days of mediocre performance and expectations and outcomes that now we hold ourselves at a very high level of accountability. I respectfully and with a lot of honor work on the reservation. And I work on the Tohono O'odham Nation that's a sovereign nation. So we've taken the concept of sovereignty and all that entails, in particular with self-determination, that the nation will self-determine its direction. So we've taken that whole concept and applied it to what we do in our schools.
A big part of this new team is Principal Dawn Maddock. You rarely find her in her office. Instead, her office is out on the grounds and in the classrooms. She says she speaks for this new team of teachers and administrators when she says,
I love our kids from the bottom of my heart, no matter where they are, what they're doing, whether they're making mistakes, whether they're the most highest academic, doing the most amazing things. Every student has a story. And of that story, I know that I can be an intricate part of their lives.
Now, the district was in high gear with great momentum when the opportunity came to partner with the Metropolitan Education Commission to apply for an extremely competitive federal grant. It's called the Investing in Innovation Grant Program. At stake, $3 million that would target the very future of these students by increasing college and career readiness. Hundreds of proposals flooded the U.S. Department of Education, but in the end, only a handful would be selected.
Out of 23 recipients, we were numero uno, number 1, and that was out of 876 submissions. Across the United States, we were the first in Arizona, and as a result of that, we had people from across the state calling and saying, "How did you do that?" And we were very happy to tell them. A lot of hard work.
But getting the grant was just the beginning of the hard work. Community partnerships needed to be forged.
Also, we are in partnership with the University of Arizona, and the University of Arizona has come forward with over $300,000 in scholarships. And we're also working with the Tohono O'odham Community College on summer programs.
Dr. Frank Felix was hired to be the project director. He splits his time between Sells and Tucson, as does David Rodriguez, who heads up one of the vital elements of this grant, the Regional College Access Center. At the core of this grant, which has now entered the second of 4 years, is the AVID program, Advancement Through Individual Determination. AVID began in 1980 in San Diego at Claremont High. It is more than a program, it is a philosophy. Hold students accountable to the highest standards, provide academic and social support, and they will rise to the challenge. Today, AVID impacts more than 700,000 students in almost 5,000 schools in 46 states. The program works. The question was, would it work on the Tohono O'odham Nation? Who would show up and rise to the challenge?
You know, the students showed up. The parents showed up. They started to believe that they could actually raise the bar. They started to believe that they could do this.
Waylon is just a sophomore, but he already knows exactly where he's going, to a virtual world as a programmer.
At 343 Industries, they make Halo. It's a video game, and that's where I want to be, creating Halo.
Okay, so how did you find out about your acceptance to the U of A?
Now Nadia Jose, instead, is University of Arizona bound.
I wasn't planning on going to university. I was planning on going to community college, and Mr. Rodriguez kept pushing me to apply.
I'm not the
finally
only one.
applied.
There's a lot of people that will.
Yeah? And you applied. And not only, I understand, did you get accepted, but you're graduating a year early?
Yes.
Have the changes implemented in the past 4 years, plus the federal grant and AVID, made a difference on the reservation? The statistics say it all. In 2009, the graduation rate was just 39%. In May of 2012, it climbed to 72%. And by May of this year, Baba Kivari High School is on track to graduate 80%.
The things that we do, and just importantly, the things that we don't do in our school district, we believe impact the economic prosperity, the quality of life, health and wellness of the Tohono O'odham Nation for generations to come.
The Baba Kivari School District, a future now in focus by being focused on the future.
Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will be brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will be brighter.